Manalangin po tayo. Dakila at mapagmahal na Diyos, may-ari sa lahat ng nasa langit at sa lupa. Kami po ay dumudulog sa inyo at tulad ng buhangin sa dagat, puno kami ng bahid ng kasalanan at di karapat-dapat sa inyong presensya. Mismo ang pagbanggit sa inyong pangalan ay di kami karapat-dapat sapagkat ang mga dila namin ay may dungis ng mga salita na kasuklam-suklam at di naaayon sa inyong mga aral. O Diyos, patawad po. Patawad sa lahat ng nagawa namin, maging sa aming mga galaw, pag-iisip o pananalita. Sa kawalan ng inyong gabay, kami po ay walang silbi. Dakilang Ama, andito kami, nagtitipon, nagbabasakali na sa pamamagitan ng iyong awa, muli mong ibuhos ang makalangit na kaalaman na siyang magbigay daan sa aming pag-unawa sa mga leksyon na aming aralin, upang sa ganon magamit namin bilang isang epektibong instrumento sa inyo at sa komunidad. O Diyos, sa inyong patnubay, kami ay sumasandal at umaasa. Salamat. Maraming salamat sa pagpakamatay sa krus upang kami tubusin mula sa makalinlang na daigdig. Ang lahat ng ito ay aming pinapanalangin. Amen. Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng mga kalitin nationwide from Luzon, Visayas, San Mindanao, sa lahat po ng instructors, professors, guest lecturers, review lecturers, mga respectable deans po natin, sa lahat po ng nakikinig ngayon, ARCRIM at non-ARCRIM. Welcome po sa Bikuin. Ang Bikuin na po isang plataforma po sa YouTube na nagbibigay ng libre, comprehensive, at the same time, lahat ng discussions po natin naka-align sa latest enhanced table of specification. Special mention ko po, special shout out sa lahat ng mga self-review ng mga estudyante natin. Nagsi-self-review kasi po kapos sa pera, hindi makapag-enroll sa napakamahal na registration fee sa mga review centers. May salute to everyone. Walang problema. Andito po ang Bikuino, tutulong po ako para makapasa po kayo sa board examination without any price in return, except yung final coaching natin. Ang final coaching, mga kadete, all you have to do is to click sa channel po na ito. Makikita nyo po yung join sa gilid po, nakalagay dyan, join. Pag mag-join po kayo, I think 200 pesos, magkaroon po kayo ng access sa final coaching. Ang final coaching po natin, yung mga questions that we rationalize. These questions are compilation sa previous criminologist licensure examination. So if you want to avail, kindly click join. It will ask for a very minimal 200 pesos lang. And I think you can pay it through GCash. Okay? Sa mga kaditi natin, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, pati na po yung nag-graduate na, nagsi-self-review, I'd like to recommend to everyone, again, yung Bikuino book po natin. Ang Bikuino book, isang libro po ito containing 2 chapters. So, ng chapter, mga kadete, yung synthesized review materials, naka-arrange na po yan per major area. Pangalawang chapter, question and answer portion. Okay? Q&A. Compilation of the previous criminologist licensure examination questions. Okay? Sa mag-avail po, ang pera po na malilikom natin sa lahat ng mag-avail, itulong po natin ang sum of the amount, itulong po natin sa mga dialysis patients dito sa Negros Oriental na sinusuportahan po natin. Okay? Hindi importante ang yaman sa mundo, mga kadete. I am not after of your money. Although I need money, technically speaking. Pero a portion of the amount that we can get from the book and from the monetized YouTube channel natin, ibigay po natin, i-share po natin sa mga dialysis patients, mga pobre po ito, mga mangingisda po. Mangingisda po sila that I am supporting right now. Okay? So, kindly avail on the book. Maganda po talaga ang book. Ang napakaganda ng mga testimonies sa mga estudyante na gumagamit ng libro na ipasa nila ang board examination through the book, with the book only, and nagsi-self-review lang sila. Okay? So, kindly avail. Andyan po yung pangalan ko sa description ng video. Kindly click it. Andyan yung new name, new account po natin sa Facebook, at saka yung new page po natin para we can transact as to the mode of shipment. Okay? For the PDF and PowerPoint copy sa lahat ng mga instructors po natin, mga review lecturers na medyo dihado po tayo sa oras, sa preparation, ang PowerPoint presentation po nito is available. You can give me a chat. I'll give it to you in exchange of a very minimal price. And then, ang PDF copy din po is I will give it to you. Okay? Just give me a chat through my Facebook page or through yung official account natin sa Facebook. Alright? Now, let us go to the subject matter, character formation 1, nationalism, and patriotism. I do not have to introduce myself. Everybody knows me already. So, no need to introduce. Hindi naman importante yung mga achievement na yan eh. Mga top-notcher, mga publication, kung ano-anong kabalastugan na achievement sa mundo. These are all mundane achievements. But anyway, okay lang yan. Unang terms dito, mga kadete, is patriotism at saka nationalism. In some other books, ang dalawang terms po can be used interchangeably. But technically speaking, iba-iba po ang ibig sabihin sa dalawang words na yan. Okay? Una, nationalism. Ang nationalism po is a positive feeling and loyalty towards our own country. Positive feeling and loyalty to our country. Ang problema dito, para siyang sobrang loyal to the point that because of this loyalty, the person will espouse the belief that his country is much better than others. And then the person will claim that his country is the greatest as compared to the other countries. Ang nationalism po will trumpet its country's virtues and denies its deficiency. So, pag Pinoy ka, pupunta ka ng Malaysia, o pupunta ka ng Indonesia, sabihin mo sa mga Indonesia na Malaysian, sabihin mo na maganda yung Pilipinas, mas maganda kami compared sa inyo. That's being nationalistic. Positive feeling siya, loyalty siya towards the country, but this loyalty often results to the feeling of being the greatest as compared to others. For short, nagbabrag ka, naging hambog ka, na mas magaling ang mga Pinoy, na mas magaling ang Pilipinas compared to the other countries. That's being nationalistic. Okay? Ano naman itong patriotism? Patriotism refers to the pride. Loyalty pa din yan. Pride, loyalty, and love a person feels for his or her own country. Pero, the difference between this type of loyalty and pride towards our country as compared to nationalism is that in patriotism, nagiging open to acknowledging problems or wrongs that may need to be righted. Ibig sabihin, sa nationalism, sabihin mo, we are the greatest, and you tend to omit, you tend to reject that you have deficiency or you have weaknesses. You have problems that you encountered in that country. Pero sa patriotism, may pride ka, may loyalty ka sa country mo, and then you open for criticisms. You acknowledge the problems, and you acknowledge the wrongs, and you acknowledge that these problems and wrongs can be righted. Patriotism yan. Okay? So, ang nationalism is contemptuous towards the virtues of the countries, while yung patriotism is basically the attachment to our homeland. Okay? Now, para mas maintindihan, nilagyan ko po ng table ang difference between the two. patriotism at saka nationalism. By the way mga kadete ha, before I forget, mas nauna po yung patriotism kaysa nationalism. Okay? Ang patriotism existed long time ago. Ang nationalism only existed in our modern times. It started generally in the 18th century. Pero before 18th century, nag-start na po ang patriotism. Kaya nga, in some other books, nagsulat pa ako ngayon ng libro about this subject, ang nationalism is known as the ugly sister of patriotism. Ugly sister. Kasi bakit ugly? Kasi nga loyal ka nga, pride ka sa country mo pero hindi ka open for criticism. You just have to brag na mas maganda ang sayo, mas maganda yung country mo compared to others. Okay? That's being nationalistic. Kaya tinatawag siyang ugly sister of patriotism. Okay? Para mas maintindihan pa ganito ha. Ang patriotism, love for one's country. Okay? Pero ang nationalism, belief in national superiority. Saan ba tayo superior? I don't know. In terms of military power, napaka-inferior po natin. Probably, we might be superior in terms of number 1, hospitality. Number 2, spirituality. Kasi, yung mga Pinoy talagang spiritual eh. Yung level of hospitality natin, ang taas-taas compared to the other countries. So pag pupunta tayo ng ibang bansa, i-brag natin that we are the best in terms of spirituality. We are the best in terms of this and that. Okay? That's being nationalistic. Okay? In terms of sport competition, mas ipinagmalaki natin yung atin na mas magaling po ang sa atin compared to other countries. That's being nationalistic. Okay? Patriotism, yung pagmamahal natin sa bansa natin. Nationalism, yung belief natin. Okay? Yung belief natin that we are superior compared to others. Okay? Ang patriotism, open siya ng criticism. Sabi ko kanina, may pride ka, may love ka, loyal ka sa country mo, pero open ka sa mga mali. Open ka sa mga wrongs and problems that you encountered. And you are open in acknowledging the fact that these wrongs, these problems can be corrected or can be righted. Pero ang nationalism, hindi. You're not open to criticism. Sa patriotism, cooperative ka. Cooperative with other nations. Nakipag-collaborate ka para masolve yung problema. Pero yung nationalism, hindi. Kasi may pride ka na ikaw yung pinaka-the best. So you may oppose foreign influence. Ang patriotism, inclusive siya. Bakit inclusive? Kasi pag may mga suggestion, ina-acknowledge mo, open ka. Pero pag nationalism, exclusive. Bakit exclusive? Because you think na ito talagang Pinoy lang. Ang mas magaling dito is only Pinoy. Okay? You think that this particular area, you are much superior with, only is bestowed to the Filipinos and not to other individuals. Okay? Exclusive siya kasi hindi siya open for constructive criticism, hindi siya open for suggestions, hindi siya open kung ano-ano man ang i-introduce sa country natin. Okay? Like say for example, yung North Korea, they are very exclusive, very nationalistic sila. They are not patriotic. Nationalistic ang North Korea, basically. Very exclusive. Pero ang Pilipinas, combination tayo, nationalistic and patriotic. Okay, yung mga Pinoy po. Okay? So, yan po ang pagkakaiba between patriotism and nationalism. I hope naintindihan mga kadete. Okay, next. Development of Philippine nationalism and patriotism. Okay? Paano ba na-develop yung pagiging nationalista and patriotic sa mga Pinoy? Okay? Balikan natin ang history natin mga kadete. Balikan natin ang history. Before the 11th century, ang Pilipinas po was divided into different barangays. Different principalities known as barangays. Noong una, tinatawag siyang balangays. Okay? Derived from the Malayan boats known as balangays. Okay? In-arrange po tayo into different barangays, formerly known as balangays. Ang bawat principality, bawat unit po, is headed by what we call as mga dato. Mga dato, mga raha, mga sultan. Okay? Now, before foreign colonization, we were colonized first by the Spaniards, right? Pero before colonization, ang mga Pinoy po may loyalty na po sa kanilang barangay at saka sa kanilang local na mga datos. However, there was no unified national identity yet because communities were independent from one another. For example, si Lapu-Lapu, sa Mactan siya, si Raha Humabon in the other place, the other sultans on the other place. Nagkaroon ng loyalty towards the dato, nagkaroon ng pride towards their own barangay, pero ang problema doon, yung pride at saka yung loyalty or yung love only is contained within the barangay where the Filipino belong. So pag ako, miyembro ako sa tribo ni Lapu-Lapu, I'm only loyal to my tribe. I'm only loyal to Lapu-Lapu, basically. So, mayroong loyalty sa kanilang barangay pero wala po tayong unified national identity. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa po na-form yung tinatawag nating Pilipinas. Hindi pa na-form kasi loyalty natin napaka-exclusive lang sa barangay po. Now, yung Filipino na term originally referred to as the Spanish Corolos. Diba? We were in prison for 333 years. Dumating yung mga Spaniards. Tapos, tinawag tayong originally Corolos that would refer to Filipinos. During their 333-year rule of the Philippines, the Spanish rulers referred the native as Indios. Okay? Tawag nila sa atin, mga Indio. Also, during the colonial era, the Spaniards born in the Philippines were known as Insulares, Corolos, or Creoles, who later became as Filipinos. Spanish-born Spaniards or mainland Spaniards residing in the Philippines were referred to as Peninsulares. Yung mga Spaniards born in the Philippines, ang tawag sa kanila, Insulares, Corolos, or Creoles, or Filipinos. Okay? Samantalang yung mga Spaniards na doon ipinanganak sa Spain, na pumunta dito tumira sa Pilipinas, ang tawag sa kanila, Peninsulares. Yung mga mixed ancestry naman, Spanish at saka Pinoy, yung anak tinatawag nilang mestizo or mestizos. Okay? Now, we were colonized for 333 years. Now, saan ba nagsimula ang nationalism at patriotism? Una dito yung opening of the Philippine port to the world trade. Okay? Yung pantalan po natin, yung port natin, yung pier natin, which became open for world business, world trade. So, nangyari dito, ang foreigner brought fresh agricultural ideas to the country. Nagdala din po sila ng bagong mga machines, increased production ng tobacco, sugar, baka may ibig sabihin, nag-introduce sila ng new ideas sa country po natin. Ang nangyari, sa pag-introduce nila, poor becomes poorer. The rich became richer. Tenants remained poor and oppressed and did not enjoy the benefits of the bountiful harvest. Ang nag-i-enjoy pag mag-harvest sa agricultural products, yung may-ari lang. Especially, yung mga-ari dito are Spaniards, yung mga mayayaman. So, nagkaroon ng advantages and disadvantages ang pag-open ng Philippine port to the world trade. Una, voyage between Europe and Philippines became shorter. Naging shorter na. Okay? Pangalawa, influx of Europeans came to the country. Maraming taga-Europe pumunta na sa Pilipinas. European brought liberal ideas like equality, liberty, and fraternity. Remember mga kadete, in this time, ang mga Pinoy po were basically the population known to be inferior. Population that were oppressed by the Spaniards. So pagdating sa mga Europeans dito sa Pilipinas, nag-i-introduce sila about equality, na dapat equal. Liberty, ibig sabihin freedom. Fraternity or brotherhood. Okay? Disadvantages naman sa pag-open ng port natin to the world trade is that dumami yung mga Spaniards na pumunta dito. Pangalawa, more friars increase with only concern to increase material wealth, social prestige, by acquiring power in the... Dumami yung mga mayayaman, mga friars. Ang sa kanila, they are after on to become wealthy, to exploit the resources of the Filipinos. Filipinos became tightly guarded by the Spaniards or the colonizers. Yun po ang disadvantages. Okay? Now, after the opening of the Philippine port to the world trade, dumating yung tinatawag nating ilustrado class. Okay? This ilustrado class is the middle class composed of the Principalya. Ang Principalya po, ito yung mga Pinoy belonging to the upper class. Native Filipinos belonging to the upper class. Ibig sabihin, pwede silang Spanish or Chinese mestizo. Mga mixed. For short, mga principal, mga mayayaman to, na mga Pinoy. Okay? Their families were inquilinos who rented land to the friars. When Philippines opened to the world trade, agricultural production developed, causing them to become wealthy and be able to study in Manila and Spain. Isa na po dito, si Jose Rizal. Ibig sabihin, mga mayayaman ito na mga Pinoy. Okay? Pag open po natin, support natin to the world trade, ang nangyari, kasi ang dami silang, ang daming lote sila eh. Yung land nila, pinarintahan nila sa mga friars. Yung friars were after during that time to become rich. They were after of wealth and richness in the Philippines. So, nangyari, ang mga friars nagrenta. Sino ang may-ari ng land? Yung mga native Filipinos belonging to the upper class. So, dumami yung pera ng mga Filipino natives na ito belonging to the upper class. So, kasi mayaman sila ng mga Pinoy, they had the opportunity to be educated there in Manila or there outside the country like in Spain. Okay? So, nabuo itong tinatawag nating ilustrado. Ibig sabihin ng ilustrado, isang taong nakabatid ng kalinawan at kaliwanagan. Kaliwanagan. Ibig sabihin, enlightenment. So, mga Pinoy daw na nagkaroon ng kaliwanagan. They were enlightened. Ibig sabihin, they were enlightened. They realized, may mga realization sila na ganito pala, we were inferior compared to the Spaniards. Dapat atin ang Pilipinas. Bakit nagkaganito? Bakit mas wealthy pa yung mga Spanish compared to the Filipinos? In fact, yung Filipinos supposedly were the owners of the pieces of land. Okay? Now, ang mga miyembro po ng Ilustrados, itong si Jose Rizal, okay? Si Marcelo H. Del Pilar, at saka si Mariano Ponce. Tatlong Pinoy po composing the Ilustrado, si Jose Rizal, si Del Pilar, at saka si Mariano Ponce. Now, ang tanong ngayon, what is the significant role of the Ilustrados in the development of nationalism in the Philippines? The Ilustrados were educated Filipinos who campaigning for reform in the colony, who were educated Filipinos who were campaigning. Lagyan natin ng word. Who were campaigning for reform in the colony in a peaceful means by writing essays, articles, novels, or publishing in newspaper. Ang tawag sa newspaper na ito is itong La Solidaridad. Ano ang purpose ng mga Ilustrados? Sila Del Pilar, Mariano Ponce, at saka Jose Rizal. Ang purpose nila is nagsusulat sila ng mga essays, mga artikulo, mga novel, tapos pinapublish ito sa La Solidaridad. Ang mga essays, articles, novels na mga ito containing about reforma sa Pilipinas. Pero in a peaceful manner. Bakit peaceful? Kasi nagsusulat lang sila eh. Okay? Nagsusulat lang sila. So, very peaceful. So, ano ang kanilang advocacy? Magbigay ng reforma sa Pilipinas. Okay? Now, the third one is the revolution. Ang revolution po, ganito, in 1896, nagkaroon ng isang organisasyon, itong Katipunan, that was founded by Andres Bonifacio. So, out of the La Solidaridad, many things happened. Eventually, na-form po ang isang revolutionary movement Ang revolutionary movement na to was headed by Andres Bonifacio. Yung kalang organisasyon is Katipunan. Nag-launch sila ng Philippine Revolution against the Spain. Tapos, to make the explanation short, this led to the Declaration of Independence on June 12, 1898 under Emilio Aguinaldo. But historically speaking, nasabi yung history natin that it was also Emilio Aguinaldo who was responsible in the killing or eradication of Andres Bonifacio. Pero the point is, due to that revolutionary movement, nagkaroon tayo ng Declaration of Independence in June 12, 1898 under Emilio Aguinaldo. During this time, nationalism became revolutionary patriotism. Love of country expressed through sacrifice. Ibig sabihin, ino-offer yung buhay nila para lang po sa reforma, para lang po sa independensya ng Pilipinas. Spanish abuses and oppression caused the Filipinos to take rise against the Spanish regime. Okay? So, kasali na din po nito ang pag-publish ni Jose Rizal sa kanyang libro na No Limitang Hirian El Filibusterismo. Libro na nag-i-encourage din po sa mga Filipinos during those times to revolt against the Spaniards. Okay? Eventually, nagkaroon tayo ng Gumbursa execution. Gumbursa, ibig sabihin, 3 pari po ito ng mga Pinoy that were executed by Garrote po ang ginagamit nito in 1872 in Bagong Bayan. Okay? Kasi po, they were accused of subversion. Ibig sabihin ng subversion, ito yung krimen. Ang purpose nito is to overthrow the government. So they were executed. Ito si Mariano Gomez, si Burgos at sika Jacinto Zamora. Kaya Gumbursa, which stands for Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora. And this execution sparked more revolution against the Spanish individuals. Okay? Sunod, dumating itong mga Amerikano. Okay? After Spain, dumating yung mga Amerikano. They take control. Filipinos fought in the Philippine-American War. Later, education and democratic institutions were also introduced. So, ang nationalism shifted toward preparation for self-governance kasi yung Amerika po, tumutulong po to establish the autonomy in terms of governance sa Pilipinas. Patriotism, on the other hand, grew through civic participation and cultural pride. Okay? Next, after the American period, dumating itong mga Hapon. Okay? Japanese occupation. This happened during World War II. Ang patriotism during those time was shown through guerrilla resistance and sacrifice for freedom. Dami din pong namatay. To make the story short, nag-surrender yung Hapon to the American government. So there was peace that was created during those time. So we were under the supervision of the American people. Nag-establish po tayo ng independence, but the American government was supervising our way of governance sa Pilipinas. Okay? After independence, post-independence to modern era, after independence in 1946, nationalism focused now on sovereignty or yung pagiging independent natin, democracy or demokrasya, at saka yung pag-develop po natin sa Pilipinas. In 1896, mga kadete, dumating itong People Power Revolution. Showed patriotic unity against dictatorship. Sino ba yung presidente dito? Ang presidente dito is yung si Senyor Ferdinand Marcos. Yung papa ni Bongbong Marcos. Okay? So, it was known to be one of the most peaceful revolution in the entire world. Walang namatay. Okay? Very peaceful po that led to the elimination, not elimination, but the changes. The change of presidency from Marcos to Corazon Aquino. Okay? Today, nationalism includes protecting sovereignty like territorial disputes na nangyari ngayon sa West Philippine Sea. Okay? Ang Scarborough Shoal, dapat atin yan. Okay? While patriotism includes civic duty like voting and community service. Okay? Sunod. Part of being a nationalistic and being patriotic would be our understanding and love on our symbols and meanings. Okay? Unahin po natin itong national flag po. Ito, lumabas ito sa board examination. Napaka-easy. Grade 1 pa tayo nito, mga kadete. We are already educated about this. National flag, parang grade 1 eh. Blue stripe. Ano ibig sabihin ng blue stripe? Peace, truth, and justice. Screenshot nyo na lang. Red stripe, patriotism and valor. Okay, ano yung valor? Bravery. White triangle, ibig sabihin equality and fraternity. Parang grade 1 tayo nito. Sun with 8 rays. Ang 8 rays po dyan represents the 8 provinces that revolted against the Spain. First 8 provinces na nag-revolt against the Spain. Ito yung Manila, Bulacan, Cavite. Memorize nyo yan mga kadete ha. Pampanga, Morong, yung old name Morong, ngayon Rizal na. Laguna, Batangas, at saka Nueva Ecija. Memorize nyo po yan. Baka lalabas yan sa board examination. Yung rays of the sun, makikita nyo sa center. Yung 8 rays dyan symbolizes the 8 first provinces na nag-revolt against the Spain. Yung stars naman represents Los Biminda, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Very easy. We will talk about flags on the next episode, ha? We will talk about flags. But right now, symbols and meanings muna tayo, mga kadete, ha? National flower natin, grade 1, sumagot. Ano yung national flower natin? Sampaguita. Bakit sampaguita? Because it symbolizes purity, simplicity, humility, and strength. National tree natin, Sinara, represents stability, strength, and durability. Resilient daw eh. Kaya Nara. National animal natin, Carabao, represents industry, hard work, and agriculture. National bird natin, Philippine eagle, represents power, strength, and love for freedom. National gem po natin, Philippine pearl. Baka lalabas ito sa board examination, isa-isahin po natin. Please memorize. Bakit Philippine pearl? Perlas represents the country's beauty and the pearl of the Orient Seas title. Ang Pilipinas kasi tinatawag siyang pearl of the Orient Seas. Kasi maganda daw ang Pilipinas. National shelter natin. Ay nako, bakit bahay kubo? Kasi nga po, it symbolizes Filipino close family ties. Napaka-close family ties po natin. Okay? Compared to the other countries, nako yung mga Amerikano na yan, yung mga puti na yan, wala yan sa atin in terms of family ties. Sa kanila, when you get 18 years old, when you become 18 years old, automatic, you will be banished. Parang bistero. You will be banished from the house. Dapat nakapagtrabaho ka, on your own ka na. Pero yung Pinoy, hindi. Kahit ano ka na, kahit matanda ka na, nasa 30 plus ka na, 40 plus ka na. Sometimes, kahit may sariling pamilya ka na, you still live with your mother or with your father. 'Di ba? Isang bahay lang. Yep. Sa atin, kung ano tayo, very particular tayo sa pagtulong sa mga kapatid po natin. For example, yung pinakamatanda sa pamilya, dapat siya yung magtaguyod sa kanyang mga bunso. Dapat magtrabaho siya para i-support sa mga bunso. Yun, napakagrabe yung family ties po natin. Kaya bahay kubo tayo. Hindi two-story house. Communal unity and adaptability. National fruit natin, mango, represents the sweet nature of Filipinos. Ang agriculture of sweet ba talaga ang Pinoy? National vehicle po natin, hay nako, jeepney, pero i-phase out na daw. Symbolizes Filipino ingenuity, resilience, and ingenuity. Ingenuity and resilience. National costume natin, barong Tagalog or barot saya for the female. Symbolizes colonial history blended with native culture. Ang national motto po natin, na grade 1 ito ha, napaka-grade 1, maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan at makabansa, for God, people, nature, and country. Memorize nyo po. Maka-Diyos, ibig sabihin, nagre-reflect yan sa pagka-spiritual po natin. Makatao, for people, emphasizes humanity, compassion, and respect for the rights and welfare of others. Napakagandang tingnan, di ba? Yung definition. Imagine, compassion, Compassion. Ibig sabihin ng compassion, when you try to feel what others really, when you tend to feel what others is feeling. Or when you put yourself to the shoes of other individuals. Yun, compassion yun. So pag nagkamali, mga review lecturer, makinig po, pag nagkamali, be compassionate, ha? Wag namang you will write an effort sa inyong mga Facebook pages, tapos pupunta kayo sa point na you write a libelous statement just to discredit a particular person na nagkamali. Hindi po dapat compassionate po tayo. Nakalagay dyan dapat makatao tayo Pag hindi makatao, baka yan, hindi yan Pinoy. Kaya ang yung niya, baka makaunggoy. Pag nagkamali, okay lang yan. Sa mga review centers dyan, panay-away kayo. Ha? Panay-away kayo. Hindi naman kayo nagbibigay ng free lectures. Di ba? Pag self-review yung estudyante, binibigyan nyo ba ng free lectures? Wala. Dapat magbayad sa inyo. Ang gagaling ninyo, ha? Nag-aaway-away pa kayo. Nawawala na kayo sa professionalism. Compassion and respect for the rights and welfare of others. Hindi kayo makatao, makaunggoy kayo. You just have to be compassionate, ha? Sa mga review centers dyan. Ba't ba tayo mag-away-away? At the end of the day, we will all die. Ha? We will all die. Why do we have to discredit others' person's weaknesses? Lahat ng tao may weakness yan. Kasi inuuna ninyo yung, business, yung pira-pirahan lang. Nag-aaway kayo kasi kukunti lang ang nag-i-enroll sa inyo. Ha? So, you have to discredit other review centers para yung mga estudyante na mangutoto, after seeing your post, mag-ano sa inyo. So, what you do, some review center will even come to a point of making fake dummy accounts just to gain enrolls. Anong klaseng? Makaunggoy, hindi makatao. So, mag-post doon ng isang post na makapag-attract ng mga reviewers, tapos ang magkukomment, napakaganda talagang ganyan, bla bla bla. Ang nagkukomment pala doon, isang tao pa lang na may daming-dami account. Ay mga estudyante, tingnan nyo yung comment. Pag dami account yan, huwag kayong maniwala. Okay. Hindi yan makatao, makaunggoy yan. Mga kalikasan. For nature, highlights the importance of caring for the environment. Ang ganda-ganda ng natin, national motto. Makakalikasan, pero mga damak, mang dagko, hugawan pag yun kayo, kabalo mang hugas gani. Makakalikasan, dapat you have to take care of our environment and using natural resources wisely. Umiinom ka ng mineral water, anong ginawa mo sa bottle? Water bottle, pak! You just throw it away. Hindi ka makakalikasan. Makademonyo ka, brad. Sunod, makabansa for country signifies patriotism, loyalty and commitment to the nation's development. Ang ganda, makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan at makabansa for God, people, nature, and country. Apply natin yan, mga Pinoy, ha? National sport natin, arnis, as declared by Republic Act number 9850 in 2009. Okay? Arnis, weapon-based po ito, using rattan sticks. Okay, or bladed weapons or hand-to-hand combat representing Filipino cultural heritage, blah, blah, blah. National language natin, hindi Tagalog, but rather Filipino. Lumabas ito 2022. Anong tanong doon, ano ba yung national language natin? Letter A, Tagalog. Letter B, Filipino. Ang sagot, Filipino. Although, it is a standardized version of Tagalog. Tagalog pa din yan. Pero between the two, ang answer po natin, Filipino. Okay? Filipino. Sunod. Punta tayo sa maganda ito mga kadets. Filipino character, values, and culture. Punta tayo sa mga character po natin, di ba? Ang ganda nito, ha? Character natin, una, family-oriented po natin. Kahit nag-18 na, expected na dapat to move out from the parents' home, pero hindi. Sa atin, kinukup-kup po natin. Kahit nagpakasal na, andun pa din. Sa bahay ng parents, okay? Yung when a Filipino parents are old, a responsibility natin is to take care of our parents. This is one of the best character that I'm really proud of. Even in our family, this is something that I'm very, 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 very proud of. Ang family, po natin should be closely knit kasi Pinoy po tayo. Okay? Pangalawa, may humor tayo and positivity. Ibig sabihin, ba't may humor tayo? Kasi pag nagkaroon ng bagyong Yolanda, bagyong Odette, kaya anong catastrophe pa lumating sa buhay natin? When you get a cellphone and post for a picture, you can see a Filipino still smiling amidst the catastrophe. Di ba? Positivity. Yan. Sunod, religious adherence. Napaka-religious tayo. In Asia, tayo yung number 1. Di ba? Pero kasali din po tayo sa pinaka-corrupt. Pinaka-religious pero corrupt din, pinaka-corrupt din. The combined percentages of Christian and Muslim faithful are indicative of the strong, or at least nominal faith, most Filipinos have in the existence, agency, and power of a creator deity. Okay? Sunod, ability to survive and thrive. Bakit po? Nakapag-survive tayo sa lahat ng mga colonizers sa Spain, United States, at saka Japan. And then, I am very proud to say na tayong mga Pinoy, napakataas po ng level po natin sa hospitality. Napakataas. Grabe. Pagdarating yung guest from other places, yung bagong pinggan lalabas, yung bagong spoon lalabas, yung bagong blanket lalabas, lahat ng bago lalabas. Pag alis ng visitor, ibalik na naman yung mga bago sa cabinet, ang gagamitin na naman yung mga luma. Ay, ganyan ka-hospitable ang Pinoy. Pag magkaroon ng bisita, bilhan ng lechon manok. Pero pag walang bisita, nako, bulad in the morning, bulad in the noontime, bulad all the time. Pero pag may karoon ng bisita, yung parents natin, bili ka ng lechon manok. Di ba? Napaka-hospitable. Okay? Sunod, bayanihan, community spirit po natin. Our spirit to help others without expecting payment. Sa mga taga Manila dyan, may bayanihan pa ba kayo? Kasi yung Visayas, I'm pretty sure, Visayas and Mindanao, siguradong sigurado, may bayanihan midri Brad. Ha? Pag naiusa ka tao, pag may isang tao na ngailangan ng tulong kami talagang. Like for example, in the previous week, may isang foreigner. He has to walk 5 kilometers just to reach the destination kasi walang habal-habal eh. It was 8 o'clock in the evening. So ano ang ginawa namin? We stopped. We let him ride our car and then hatid namin. O ganyan. In some other portions in the Visayas, pag nagkaroon ng aksidente, yung mga drivers, they will stop and they will give assistance. Pag pupunta ka, mga brad, dito sa mga mangingisda po namin, early morning, sa mga Tagalog dyan, ha? Sa mga Tagalog, pupunta kayo sa mga mangingisda. At the beach, early in the morning, darating yung mangingisda, at saka tulong-tulong kami sa pagbuhat ng boat ng mga mangingisda. Yon, ang ganda ng bayan yan. Sunod, utang na loob, debt of gratitude. Ito, mayroon tayo, a strong sense of gratitude and obligation to repay the kindness. Okay? Utang na loob. So, yung mga parents po natin, sila po yung nagpapaaral po natin. In return, kasi may utang na loob tayo, dapat magbigay ka pag naging pulis ka na. Dapat makipagbigay ka ng sustento. Di kay no, naging pulis ka na, mas binigyan mo pa ng allowance yung girlfriend mo compared sa parents mo. Yung girlfriend mo, binibigay mo yung 5,000 per month, nililibre mo sa Jollibee. Pero yung parents mo na siya nagpaparal from grade 1 up until college, up until naging pulis ka, hindi ka man lang nagbigay kahit piso. Sa mga ano dyan sa mga kapal ng mukha, mga makakapal ng mukha. Hindi marunong tumanaw sa utang na loob. Diba? Pag naging police mas nililibre pa yung girlfriend. Jollibee, Brad, McDonald's. Grabe. French fries. Pero yung mga magulang, ay nako. Tinapay nga, hindi makabili. Pag nag-chat yung magulang, nak, baka mayroon ka dyan, padalhan mo ako kahit 1,000 lang. Nagagalit pa. Sarap mong Diba? Walang utang na loob. Dami. Mga pulis, mga kahit anong trabaho. Dapat marunong kayong tumanaw, mga criminology, especially yung mga self-review dyan, marunong kayong tumanaw. Utang na loob. Ito, nagbibigay ako ng lecture sa inyo, libre ito. Ha? Dapat marunong kayo tumanaw ng utang na loob. Magpasalamat kayo, huy. Magpasalamat kayo. Di kay, libre na nga, di pa marunong magpasalamat. Walang utang na loob. Hindi ka siguro makatao, makaunggoy siguro ka, hindi ka Pinoy eh. Sunod, pakikisama, harmony. Maintaining good relationship and avoiding conflict within the group. O, isa po din yan sa value po natin. Hiya, sense of shame. A moral awareness that encourages proper behavior and social sensitivity. Anong example nito? Let us say, I have a bowl of pandesal. Okay? Nilagyan ko, let us say, 5 kami nakakain ng pandesal. Nilagay ko doon 11 pieces. So, dapat tagdadalawa kami. Pag tagdadalawa kami, may matirang isa. Ang common na attitude sa Pinoy, na pag isa na lang yung natira, nobody will take it. Pag isa na lang yung pandesal sa bowl, nobody will take it. Why? Because may tinatawag tayong hiya. It's actually a positive attitude. It's a positive attitude saying that we tend to establish moral awareness and sensitivity to other persons. We might be thinking, di ko yan i-pick up yung isang pandesal, baka gutom pa yung kasama ko. That's practicing the so-called hiya or sense of, it's a positive attitude actually. Okay? Faith in God. As predominantly Christian nation influenced by Spain, religious faith plays a central role sa life po ng mga Pinoy. Okay? Tapos may tinatawag tayong mga fiestas. Di ba? Ang ganda nito. Fiestas. Napaka-elaborate, town-wide celebration honoring patron saints, featuring fiestas, music, and parades. Mayroon din po tayong harana as part of our culture. Traditional courtship ito, specifically the act of serenading a woman. Pero wala na. Wala na tayong harana ngayon, brad. Hindi na uso yan. Pero nung araw, harana. Sa mga old-fashioned, classical na mga Pinoy dyan na nagharana, may salute to you. Okay? Maganda yan, nakaharana ka. It also displays respect towards the parents or towards the woman or the lady that you are courting with. Harana. Ngayon, hindi na harana, brad. Text lang. Isang text lang. Noon, napaka-common, napaka-binavalue noon yung purity ng babae. Pero ngayon, hindi na eh. Ginawa ng birthday gift, ginawa ng monthsary gift, ginawa ng anniversary gift, ginawa ng gift yung purity eh. Isang text lang, sogo kaagad. 3 hours lang. Diba? Wala na harana. Wala na yung culture na yan. Pamanhikan. Ito, I am very proud to say, ang Visayas, I'm not trying to become racist sa Tagal Luzon. I'm not trying to become racist. Pero ito, nangyari pa din ito sa lugar namin. Pamanhikan. A formal meeting where the man's family visits the woman's family to ask for her parents' blessing for marriage. Actually, you can see it in different viral videos. Okay, before magkaroon ng kasal, dapat may pamanhikan. Yung family ng lalaki, magdala sila ng mga pagkain doon sa family ng babae. Tapos, doon ang formal asking of the parents sa babae, asking na ang babae is pakasalan na. Okay? Pamanhikan ang tawag po sa amin. So, daming, I don't know if in Luzon, if it's still practiced. Pero sa amin, that's very important. Requirement po para makasal. Requirement in a traditional way, pero in a traditional sense, pero hindi naman yan requirement sa legal side, okay? Sa tradition and culture lang po yan, okay? Now, yun po ang mga positive values, character po natin, at saka yung kultura po natin. Pero ang problema kasi sa Pinoy, may mga negatibo tayo na mga attitude, mga traits. Nagsisilabasan din ito sa board examination. Okay? Ang daming matamaan nito Una, yung hilaan po natin o yung tinatawag nating crab mentality. Not all people will become happy of your success. Not all. My advice to you is, not all your successes should be posted in Facebook. Because when you post it, nobody cares. But rather, somebody might be envious with your success. Not all success can make your success cannot at all times make your friends or barkadas happy. Pag ikaw lang yung nakapasa sa board examination, tsaka yung best friend mo hindi nakapasa, what do you think will your best friend feel? Nung nakita na ikaw lang yung nakapasa, will she be happy? I don't know. Pero in most of the time, she will smile, but in reality, may envy dyan. She will not be happy. Okay? Crab mentality. Hilaan po envy of others' success, leading to pulling them down rather than supporting them. Oy, mga review center, makinig po. Let us stop this crab mentality. Okay? Let us stop this. Pag magaling ang isang lecturer din, so be it, mas magaling siya. Okay? Ang problema kasi sa atin, pag mas magaling yung isang lecturer kaysa sa atin, hanapan po natin ng butas, hanapan po natin ng weakness, hanapin po natin ng mistake, and then we invest on that mistake in order to destroy the reputation of that person. Iyon ang ginagawa po natin. We did not account yung mga magagandang presentation niya. We did not account it. Nag-concentrate tayo sa mali niya para ma-discredit ang kanyang reputation. Pag ma-discredit yung reputation niya, anong mangyari? Yung enrollees niya sa kanyang review center, magka-transfer sa atin, tapos tayo yung maging mayaman, siya hindi. Yun, crab mentality. Kaya, there is this one review center who discredited me in Facebook. No way. No way. I will not react. I will probably read your post, but I will never react. Because the elephant will never respond to a small quirk of the mouse. No. Pwede kayo makipagdebate, pwede kayo makipag-argue sa akin if dalawa yung doctorate degree nyo. If nakapublish kayo ng libro, if nakapag-publish kayo sa international research, if you have these awards, if you are holding this position, yon, papatulan kita, I will respond to you. Pero pag ikaw, bagong pasa ka lang sa board examination, just because you become a top-notcher, naging kung sinong Poncio Pilato ka na sa review center, discrediting the deans, oy my goodness. Nagdi-discredit ka kasi top-notcher ka, you discredit the deans, pinuputang ina mo sa Facebook post, ay nako. Ikis ka sa akin, Brad. Napaka-ikis ka. Crab mentality, common yan. Kayong mga estudyante ngayon, you will experience this once mag-enroll kayo sa mga review center. Kayong ano dyan, mga review center na mga gago. Filipino time. O ito, tardines mo natin, right? Dapat alas 8, pero nagsisimula yung meeting 8:30 kasi Filipino time eh. Tardines. Sunod. Ningas Kugon. Ningas Kugon, nagkukulik ng mga review materials. Bumili, nag-purchase ng Bitcoin notebook pero hindi naman binabasa. Magaling ka lang sa una. Kasi kakasimula mo lang, ang enthusiastic, grabe, aggressive, napaka-energetic. Unang meeting pa lang sa review, napaka-energetic. Talagang gising na gising eh. Unang meeting sa review eh. Pero pagdating, kalaunan, after 1 week, wala na. Kasi nga, ningas kogin eh. Maayo ra pag sinugdanan. Okay? Manyana habit or procrastination. Ito yung mga taong nagsasabing, bukas na lang. Hindi ako magre-review. Ang layo-layo pa, sir eh. Magtitake ako ng board examination, sir eh. First year pa ako ngayon eh. Magtitake ako ng board examination after graduation pa, sir. Mamaya na, sir. Diba? Makalimutin ako, sir eh. Baka makalimut ako pag magsastudy ako ngayon. Mamaya na. Palaging mamaya. May project ka. Bukas na, sir. Bukas na. Manyana habit yan or procrastination. Bahala na attitude. Fatalistic outlook, living situation to fate or God instead of taking initiative. Yung pumunta ka sa board examination, mag-take ka ng board exam, sabihin mo, bahala na lang Bahala na si God, bahala na si Batman, diretso na lang, walang preparasyon, bahala attitude. Or ito, onion skin. Onion skin din po ang Pinoy. Napaka-sensitibo. Being easily offended or having a low threshold for criticism. Nag-criticize yung isang Amerikano. Sabi ng Amerikano, why did you not take a bath? You look ugly. if you will not take a bath. Ang Pinoy, umiyak agad. Kasi nadidepress, Brad. Kasi mo, tina-turn off mo yung wifi kasi nadidepress. Nag-criticize kayo, sinabihan mong ugly. Kaya yan ang nangyari, umiyak. Napaka-sensitibo. Hindi open. Okay? Pero again, depende na po yan ha. Again, I'd like to take a plea to everybody. Once you will become a professional, there's a difference between a schooled person and an educated person. An educated person is the one that is educated academically and is also educated mentally and emotionally. A schooled person is educated academically but not educated mentally and emotionally. Do not be a schooled person, okay? When we criticize others, we do it in a private manner. Okay? Sa mga review lectures, di ba? Pag may mali, di ba? I give you a personal chat. Sir, baka ganito, baka ganyan. And if in case, pag may mali ako, you can also go to me and say, Sir, parang ano ka dito parang mali ka dyan eh. So, ganyan dapat. Kasi pagbigay natin ng correction, mali din, natural yung sa kabila na binigyan mo ng correction will not be happy about it. Kasi yung importante dito, yung delivery ng pagbigay ng criticism. Okay? Kasi mga Pinoy, mga onion skin tayo eh. Sunod, ito colonial mentality. Colonial mentality, preference for foreign products, culture, and ideas over local ones. Hindi natin pinapatronize yung sariling atin. Mas pinapatronize natin yung mga produkto galing abroad. Wow! Imported! Diba? Pero may mas maganda naman po yung product na Pinoy. Okay? Pero tayo, wala colonial mentality. Pag ang Amerikano, sabihin ng Amerikano, oh, Pinoy, taste my cooking. Kukuha ng Pinoy, mag-taste siya. Sabihin niya ngayon ng Amerikano, how does it taste? Ang Pinoy, kasi colonial mentality, oh my goodness, it tastes good. But in reality, it tastes really bad. Diba? Colonialism, colonial mentality. Nagcha-chopstick. Okay lang yan. Bahala kayo sa buhay ninyo. Pero ako, I don't want to learn how to use it. I'm ignorant in using chopsticks. Why do you have to do it? My spoon naman I have to use my spoon. Or I have to use my hands. I can use my hands or my spoon. Why do you have to do the chopstick? Ang kunti-kunti lang na makukuha mo. Diba? I do not eat Korean foods, blah, blah, blah. I do not adhere on colonial mentality. Next, ito. Napaka-common ito, Brad. Palakasan or padrino system. It's not what you know in applying for a job. It's who you know. Nepotism ito. Sino ba yung ano mo? May backer ka ba? Shout out natin yung mga Bureau of Fund Protection Agency natin dyan. You became famous na. Infamous kayo dyan. Kasi nga po, yung mga bayaran po na nangyayari that caused the NBI to do entrapment. Sa Philippine National Police, silent lang po tayo, pero may mga rumors na nagkaroon din na ganyan. Okay? For example, yung sa NIR, nasusurprise yung taga Negros Oriental. Bakit lang po? Ako konti lang na aplikante ang na-accept from Negros Oriental. Bakit majority from Negros Occidental? Yung mga ganyan. If there is a smoke, there is fire. If there are rumors, meaning there is something wrong. Okay? Padrino system. Pag magpapapromote po tayo, ano ang kailanganin? Padrino. Okay? Dapat may bossing ka sa taas. Kasi pag walang bossing ka, walang promotion na mangyayari. Pag ma-apply ka ng trabaho, tapos kakilala mo yung ano dyan, pinaka-head dyan, mas madali. Kasi nga po, isa ito sa mga negatibo na karakteristik po ng Pinoy. Yung palakasan at padrino system. Okay? Mga kadete, I'd like to stop in this slide. Pag-usapan natin ang Philippine Constitution on the second episode. Maraming salamat mga kadete at thank you so much for patronizing the Bitcoino. God bless everyone. Tiwala sa Diyos, tiwala sa sarili.